Hi all, I'm Revati from CS Department, Gumrad College of Engineering Technology. Today we are going to see Object-Oriented Analysis Unit 5 Software Quality. So under this software quality, we have topics as of quality assurance, impact of object orientation on testing, test cases, test plans, usability testing, and user satisfaction testing. First, what do you mean by the testing? Testing is used to test the software, which is used to verify the software where the software will satisfy the customer requirements or not. So, in this we are using the methodology, object-oriented methodologies. We have three types of methodology we are using. We are used for the testing: Runback methodology, Bush methodology, Jacobson, and also we are going to see the discuss about the topics of patterns, frameworks, unified approach. Object-oriented methodology. First, we will discuss about the object-oriented methodologies. In this, we have a set of methods, models, and rules for developing the system. It provides conceptualizing and communication ideas in precise manner. It is used to understand the what the software is going to like it. We can understand. The first methodology, let me see the first methodology, Rambach methodology. It is developed by James Rambach, and it is used to focus on analysis and design of object oriented system. And object it has three model. One is object model, uh, dynamic model, and functional model. We will see this model later. And the second methodology, it is good for producing the user driven analysis methods in Jacobson methodology. And the third one is Bush method. It is used to produce a detailed design models which is based on the object oriented method. Uh, so first one, Rambach object modeling technique. It is used to describe the method for analysis, design, and implementation of system using object oriented technique, and it is a fast and iterative approach for identifying and modeling the objects. It consists of static and dynamic functional process. So it consists of four phases. First one is analysis, second one is design, third one is object design, the fourth one is model. First one is analysis. In this, the objects are analyzed in dynamic and functional, based on the dynamic and functional model. The next one is system design, which is basics architecture of the system, what the software is going to do, and it is a high level strategy of the system. The next one is object design. It is used to design the document which is produced by the object in static and dynamic and functional model. And implementation, the software is going to implement here, which is reusable and extendable and robust code. So object modeling technique, we have three types of model. First one is object model, dynamic model, functional model. Object model represents the static structure which has classes, objects, and relationships. And dynamic model, which is used to represent the behavior of the software, which is represented by the state transition diagram and event flow diagram. And next one is functional model. It represents the data flow of each objects. It is represented by the data flow diagram. And example for Ramba class notation, it is a class diagram. It is a class name. After that, we should mention the attribute name, then method's name. So it is a hierarchy. First, we should mention the superclass, and then in superclass we have two subclasses. So these are the class diagram, and this is a data flow diagram. It is used to data flow between the two classes or two objects. It is one of the it is used to represent the functional model of Rambach. And next one, Bush methodology. Bush methodology is developed with a Grady Bush. It is used to object-oriented methods to design the system using the object model. It has consist of class diagram, object diagram, state transition diagram, module diagram, process diagram, and interaction diagram. And it has two type of process will be developed here. One is macro development process, another one is micro development process. In the micro development process is a day-to-day activities. It has a process which consists of first identify the classes and objects, and second we should identify the semantics of classes and objects. Next, identify the relationship of objects, and the last one is we should identify the interfaces and implementation of classes and objects. And these are the notation of Booch notations for the classes. Next one is Jacobson methodology, which is developed with the Ivor Jacobson Al. It is used to cover the entire life cycle, and it is used to trace the traceability between the different phases, both forward and backward. And it has two types. One is object oriented business engineering, and another one is object oriented software engineering. Object-oriented business engineering, it is used for enterprise level. It consists of analysis phase and design implementation phase and testing phase. In testing, we are using unit tests, integration tests, and system testing. In object-oriented software engineering methodology, it is used for object-oriented development, which is used for large real-time systems, and it also used this process is also called as use case-driven process. First one is analysis, design, and validation testing. And it is a representation of Jacobson methodology, and here it is a use case model. It is expressed in domain object model, analysis model, design model, implementation model, and testing model. So, first use case model, it is used to represent the outside and inside of the system. Next one is domain object model. It is used to map the real world objects into the domain object model. The analysis object model is how the source code will be carried out and written to develop the software. And implementation model, it is used to implement in the system. And test model, it is used to, based on the test plans and test cases, we are going to test the model, and we should meet this requirement of sys users. Next, patterns. Pattern is a type which is used for solving a problem. It is a reusable solutions to common software design problems, and it is a proven concept. The solution is very clear and it describes a relationship. And it is used for software architecture, design, organization, specialization models, software development process, project planning, requirement engineering, and software configuration management. So two types of patterns we have: generative patterns, non-generative patterns. Then generative patterns, it describes a recurring problem, and non-generative problems, it has two types. One is static and another one is passive. Pattern template. So pattern template, it has the four components. It has five components. First one is name, problem, context, forces, and solutions. Name it is a meaningful pattern name, and problem, it is a statement of what is the problem is. We should mention here. And context is the problem and solution seems to be repeatedly, and for which solution is attractive. Forces, relevant forces are constraints under which the system has to work. So solutions should represent the relationship and dynamic rules describing how they realize the described outcome. Example, sample application of pattern. And this is the pattern here. And framework. Framework, it is a predefined reusable set of classes and components for a specific domain. Example, .NET framework, Spring for Java, Django for Python. It is delivering application development partners to support the practice sharing during the application development. And it is more abstract than frameworks. It is like a design patterns are small architecture elements than frameworks. Next one, unified approach. It is also developed by it is also it is very uniform modeling approach used for modeling, object oriented analysis, object oriented design, testing, layered approach. Object oriented analysis, we has consisted for the following process. First one, we should identify the actors and develop the simple process model, develop the use case, develop the interaction diagrams, and identify the classes. Next one is software quality assurance test. It is used to debug the process of identifying and removing the errors from the computer. The software has three types of errors, such as language error, runtime error, and logical errors. So testing strategies, we have four types of testing: unit testing, integration testing, validation system testing. Integration testing, it is individual units are combined and tested as a group, and it has two types. One is top-down testing and another one is bottom-up testing.